Hey y'all, driftlessbiker here. Heading out on a short little overnight camping trip with my lovely bride and taking you along for the ride a little bit. Won't be doing a lot of talking because, as always, when Stacy's with, I pretty much prefer to talk to her than to y'all. Nothing personal, but don't want to make her listen to me ramble on and on and on and on and on. It's end of June. We're going up to the sort of a unique geological site. It's 90 and 45 for the Northwest Hemisphere, so it's the geographic center of the Northwest Hemisphere. There are 4 geographic centers of a hemisphere. Northwest, southwest, no, southeast, south, northeast. Well, 2 out of the 4 are in the middle of the oceans. The third one is in the mountains in China somewhere, I believe. And then this one is in Wisconsin. So it's just in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. So we're going to go up and check out the historical marker, the survey marker. Another one of those little oddity things that, you know, kind of interesting. We're heading north out of Rushford on Minnesota 43 currently. And yeah, should be a good couple of days of riding. It's predominantly going to be Wisconsin, crossing into Wisconsin here in about half an hour. And then we'll be just bits of video here and there, and I'll do a little bit of audio here and there as well probably. But we're going to be camping tonight, assuming we can find a campsite, and then rolling out and doing some riding tomorrow and working our way home. All right. Hey y'all, driftlessbiker here. It's actually the next day from the last audio that I recorded. We made it up to the marker and camped last night. Now we're headed back towards home, and figured I probably should talk a little more at some point. I will do a wrap-up later as well, but had a pretty nice little campsite in a small town of Dorchester, Wisconsin. Kind of an interesting little campground and park. Talked to the president of their board this morning, and the campground was in what was a swamp about 40, 50 years ago. And they, the Lions and a couple other charitable organizations got together and bought the land through the city. The city bought the land, and they built it into a nice park and campground, and pretty neat little spot. Now we're headed south on 53 between Osseo and La Crosse. We're actually just a nice, beautiful sunshine day and a nice ride. My wife and I have just been visiting and enjoying our ride together. I haven't really talked to you guys because of that. Like I've said many times, when Stacy and I are both riding, I generally don't talk a lot on the camera just because of the fact that we are connected on comms, and it's polite to her. Just thought I'd take you along for this pretty part of the ride. So we got to about 30 miles from home, and the wife and I decided to part ways for a little bit. She's going straight home because she's the responsible one, frankly. And I'm going to hit a few of my favorite roads between here and there and get home probably 20 minutes or so, 20 to 30 minutes behind her. So, first of one of my favorite roads is Minnesota 76 between Caledonia and Houston. It's a few miles north of Caledonia where this part starts. It ends a little before we get to Houston, but it's still kind of in that general vicinity. Like I said, it's one of my favorite roads out there. It's just a good little rhythmic sweeper section, nothing real super tight. You just have to manage your speed, enjoy some nice twisty road. And I'm fully loaded, so I'm not going to run particularly hard today. So I've got all of our camping gear on the back, and her rain gear, and my rain gear, and cooler, and all that kind of fun stuff. So we were camping last night, so there's a little extra gear, of course, related to that. a gorgeous blue skies and sunshiny day. Had an itchy eyeball there. Sorry about that noise. So I just got onto my second road that I was looking forward to, and yeah, there's construction. I didn't know that. Well, hopefully it's not the whole thing. If it is, well, then we'll run it pretty slow. This is normally a paved road, by the way. And it's needed done for quite some time, so I'm not complaining in the slightest, because this road is desperately needed done like this for quite a few years, probably 5 or more. So we just have to take it gentle and easy, which is a challenge on this because it's a very fun road, especially the stretches coming up here directly. Yes, that says 10 miles per hour advisory speed limit. It's got a couple switchbacks that are very tight, or hairpins, depending on your vernacular for them. Oh, the switchbacks aren't ground up yet. That's good. Houston County 15, I believe, is the number for this one. Basically starts in the city limits of Houston, going southwest, west, and then southwest. It ends up in Brattsburg, Minnesota, or Brattsburg, which is on Minnesota 43, State Highway 43. And it changes numbers when we cross into Fillmore County, and this is Houston County currently. Not exactly what I had in mind, folks. That's alright. It's still a good road. Here's our final of the 3 fun roads that I split off for my wife to ride. Minnesota 43 from just south of Brattsburg, through Choice towards Mabel. And I won't roll the whole time because I've filmed this section of road multiple times over the years, and it is one of my absolute favorite roads around, especially now that it's been redone in 2022. They resurfaced this road, so simply beautiful. And relatively technical for the region. I suppose it's time to wrap things up for this trip. Not quite home yet, but I'm not that far. Only about, I don't know, 15, 20 miles. And like I said, I'm tired. So I'm going to plan on kind of winding down my video here, because I'm almost to straight roads, and straight roads are boring. So I hope you all enjoyed coming along for the ride a little bit, at least, as we went to visit the only relatively easily accessible middle of the hemisphere, half hemisphere. So we had a good night of camping last night. A little bit of a struggle with the fire at first, but we got her going. Campfire. And, just did some backpacking meals, some mountain house meals type things, freeze-dried and stuff at the campsite. Enjoyed that, and a couple of lovely beverages each, and yeah, good night's sleep. Pretty good ride today. So with that said, I'm gonna wrap it up, because I'm back on straight roads, and more or less straight roads from here to home, which is boring from a visual standpoint. I mean, it's still beautiful. This is gorgeous country that I live in, and as a result, I am going to shut it down. I'll talk to you next time. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit the ding dong diddle, as Shay Lacey calls it, and leave a comment if you're enjoying it. All that stuff helps me to grow the channel, so I appreciate all of you coming along for the ride. Until next time, this is Driftless Biker, out for now.